Hey howdy hey partners, it's Today I Grew Up, and today I'm super excited because we finally got Mr. and Mrs. Potato Head movie accurate. Let's get into it.
You're watching Today I Grew Up!
Now give me the microphone.
No!
It's my turn. You're watching Today I Grew Up. Don't forget to like and subscribe.
Hey howdy hey partners, excited to be back here again. I finally, after a month of waiting, it took almost 30 days to get to my house from China, finally got Mr. and Mrs. Potato Head from Sid Toys and Seed Toys. They collaborated for this project. I pre-ordered this, I want to say, in June of 2024. So I've been waiting almost a year now to get these to my house. But it was worth the wait. I am so excited to get into the details of this amazing, insanely movie-accurate Mr. and Mrs. Potato Head. It comes in this compartment and you get all the parts in there, you got the bodies in there. What I did notice is that there was a label that said, "There are differences at the connection, please do not confuse." So this proves that the bodies are different from each other. They're not the same copies. They're catered to each potato head. What I do love about these is that they come with certificate of authenticities. Obviously they're not from Thinkway Toys, but let's imagine for a moment that Thinkway Toys did produce these potato heads. You would have gotten these with your toys in a dream world that we were trying to create here. You know, obviously in a perfect world we would have had these toys, but this is so cool and a nice throwback to Thinkway Toys golden days when we got amazing toys and John Lasseter was involved in making, you know, the best toys he could make with Thinkway Toys. So I do appreciate that. And it says John Lasseter on the certificate. It really does feel like these could have come out back in the day, but unfortunately we never got that in real life until now, thanks to our amazing friends in Sid Toys and Seed Toys. So this is Mr. Potato Head's body, and it's really nice. I think overall I'm very satisfied with the professionalism that went into this design. It really does feel like a Hasbro product. It's hollow material. It's pretty much like a molded plastic. You can tell it was probably in a mold. You can see the seam that goes around here. So it's not like a cheap 3D print or anything. It is very, very solid. Now, I wouldn't recommend smashing it on the ground. This is definitely more of a display piece. I love that the back compartment here is accessible just like any Hasbro potato head. You can see in there, you can open it up and close it just like the regular toys. But in here, it's hard to see, but there's little covers, and in there you actually have magnets that are behind those covers. They're responsible for keeping your magnetic eyebrows in place. So that's pretty cool. And you just close it like that, and there we go. You can put your extra spare parts in there if you'd like. I may do that when I'm done with this, but it's just really nice. This is Mr. Potato Head's body. Take a look at the shoes. They look really good. They definitely are prone to scuffing here a little bit, so be careful when you're taking them on and off of your potato. But the finish on them seems really smooth and clean. The bottom looks pretty plain, but that's okay. I don't really see the bottom of the shoe mainly, but it's really nice to see that they are hollow at least, because that's close to the movie for sure. The blue doesn't bother me. I heard from some people that the blue might be off color. Maybe it's a little bit dark, I will say. Maybe in the movie it was a little bit more of a turquoise or maybe a lighter blue, but it looks good. I think it looks awesome. Keep in mind that Mr. Potato Head did change in the movies a little bit between 1 and 4. So, but I really like these shoes. I think they look great. Inspecting the shoes and putting them on. I did notice that Mr. Potato Head was a little bit wobbly on mine. These toys aren't going to be perfect, I know, but they're going to try. See, it's a little wobbly, but he doesn't fall, at least. You know, he's not falling over. So that's good, at least, you know. I do like that. You do get 4 mouths with Mr. Potato Head here. High quality plastic. I really like it. It's well painted. It looks very professional. You get this like clenched teeth smiley one. You also get this like open mouth expression. That's a fun one for Mr. Potato Head. You get the shocked mouth from Toy Story 3 when he's flexing his muscle and then it dips down and he's like, that was really funny. So that's very scene specific. And then you also get the regular smile. This is the toy mode smile. So I will be putting this one on first. I like the several options of the mouths that you get here. It's a lot of options that you get with one potato. So here we go with the mouth going on. Very nice. I will say the nose feels a little bit oversized. A little bit tad too big. But I'm not going to complain too much because when the potato's assembled, it looks pretty good. The orange color is really nice. It has a groove right here for the mustache to fit. Now I will say The mustache itself is very fragile. My good friend Junior Felix shared this photo that Nick Tedeschi had accidentally broken apart here because I guess it's really fragile right there. These materials can break, so you got to be very careful with them. I hope you don't damage yours. I'm going to put mine this way very carefully. Slide it down and just go very slowly and make sure it's flush against that part. Don't force anything if it feels weird, and just take your time. And I did that. I don't think I'd break mine if I just go very slow. And then if you want to take it out, just be very, very, very careful. So now that we have the mustache and the nose connected. So the G, I got a shave thing. You don't want to pull that. It'll probably break if you do that. You don't want to do the, gee, I got a shave. You could ruin it. So we're going to put that in. Fits like a glove. Really awesome. Looks beautiful. The eyes look amazing. The quality is really nice. The pegs look very sturdy back there. You get the droopy eyelids option. You also get some angry eyes. I got a little scuff mark on mine, but I can probably fix that. It's just the black part. But keep that in mind. The paint might not hold up if you move it around too much. But we got the angry eyes right here as an option. We also have the very scene-specific eyes when Mr. Potato Head's looking to his arm that's drooping and he's shocked. I guess you can technically flip him over. I wonder if we could do that. I'm not sure. But that's pretty cool. So you get 4 sets of eyes. You get the droopy eyes, the angry eyes, these looking to the left. And then my personal favorite, the toy mode eyes. Now this is the fun part. You're making childhood dreams come true by bringing our toys to life that I've always wanted to see in real life, in a toy. You know, I remember years ago I was trying to work with somebody online to make me something accurate, and it ended up being a financial and aesthetic disaster, but it was me trying to make impossible into possible, and that's okay. We tried our best at the time with people that we knew and found in the community to help us, and everyone did their best, but at the end of the day, I think this just blows everything out of the water for customs that we've ever seen. In my personal opinion, this is like a perfect Mr. Potato Head, and especially getting it in toy mode. Just like Andy held him in the film and gave him to Bonnie especially. I love those close-up shots of what the Potato Heads were in toy mode. That looks so good. And now we're going to look at the arms. So with Mr. Potato Head, I noticed you get these arms that are kind of like sitting, resting on his hips. You can get this kind of like flexing back, relaxed look. The scene-specific Toy Story 3 drooping muscle arm, which is super hilarious. I love this a lot. You also get some resting closed fist hands. Same thing, kind of resting at his hips with closed fists, which is pretty fun. The toy mode arms, because that's exactly what I want for these potatoes, is toy mode. So we're going to put the toy mode arms on Mr. Potato Head here. Everything seems to be fitting like a glove on mine. I know with some people, everyone gets like some that are maybe not fitting as well, but I think it's hit and miss for sure, because how can you quality check all these potatoes? But I think this one's great so far. Like if I pick him up, his shoes don't come off on mine. They're very snug. So maybe I got lucky and I got a good one, because none of my parts are loose. Everything is like, the eyes are very stuck on. Everything is really like, feels like nothing's gonna fall off if I shake him. So I think I got a good one. So hopefully yours is similar. So you get kind of like these wavy Mr. Potato Head eyebrows, which are really cool for expressions. It's got magnets on the back, so that's nice. We also got ones that are kind of like semi-curved, so you got some different options. And then the ones I'm going with for toy mode are going to be these that kind of remind me of the Toy Story 1 toy mode eyebrows for Potato Head. They're just the classic kind of curved look. The magnet holds very strong and has a little variable give for posing and movement. Not too much, but like you can definitely play with the position of where you want it to be, and I think that looks super good. I will say the ears are pretty good. They're like a molded plastic, high quality, thick material. This doesn't feel breakable at all to me. These probably feel like the most sturdy out of everything. It's very, very heavy duty. I really like them, and they look amazing. These look super cool, and I can't wait to put them on toy mode Potato Head here. There we go. We got his ears in. Man, he looks just like the movie right now. This looks so cool. This is Mr. Potato Head's hat. It looks great. It looks just like the suction hat that we got from the 80s or 90s Playskool. And it looks really good. I think they did an incredible job with the shape and look of this hat. So there's a hole down here for the peg that it comes with to secure Potato Head's hat. You put it in here like so, and then you could twist it to lock it in place. So you rotate it slightly. That locks it in place. And now when you put it on his head, you can see that it's not going to slip off of his head. And then I think, yeah, so you can play and say, okay, it's going to be like that. I think it looks better like that. So there you go. And now his hat is not going to fall off. Literally, I could shake him and I feel like nothing is falling off of him. So I'm very, very, very happy with this potato because all his parts are secure on him. I don't feel anything was loose on mine. So I got a perfect fit for all the parts. So I'm very, very pleased with Toy Mode Mr. Potato Head. And it's just amazing to me that the toy company never made this. It seems like, you know, a multi-million-dollar company like Hasbro. It would be simple for them to do this, but I just don't get why they don't make movie-accurate toys. That baffles me. And my favorite part, too, is just that you can have the back compartment open, put stuff in there, put his angry eyes or whatever. But here he is, Toy Mode Mr. Potato Head built. And I will play with more expressions, but we're going to move on now to Mrs. Potato Head Toy Mode. Here is Mrs. Potato Head's body, very similar to Mr. Like I said, you might get confused, but I notice on Mrs. the cheek dimples are kind of more pronounced. It's a little skinnier up here. Those are and then I notice that the holes are probably closer together here for the shoes. Those are only like minor differences, but everything is exactly the same. I think the color maybe it's a little lighter than Mr., but I don't know. It's got the same magnet system up inside for the eyebrows. So that's like such a great idea, the magnet system, but actually perfecting it. These are Mrs. Potato Head shoes. These are really nice. I like the heel look to them. That's the way they're supposed to be. I like how they went with the slant, so it's going to fit on the potato probably better than Mr. because just the way they designed that. I don't know why it wasn't more slanted on Mr. Potato Head shoes. These shoes look perfect. All right, let's see if they fit well. I'm hoping. Go very gentle and slow with these things. If you have one of these, you don't want to break anything. Just try your best. Oh yeah, that feels very secure. I'm shaking mine and my shoes are not coming out. So again, I don't know if they're all like this. I'm hoping they are, but I hope you got one that is like mine. It's very secure, and it's actually, this one has less wobble than Mr. Maybe because the shoes are different shaped and also the feet looks closer together. So I'm thinking maybe that's what's helping it not wobble as much as Potato Head wobbles a little bit back and forth. But yeah, that was interesting to note. But yeah, these are what the shoes look like on Mrs. Potato Head so far. Loving it. Looks great. Now this is super interesting because Mr. Potato Head came with a total of 4 mouths, but Mrs. Potato Head comes with a total of 5 mouths, which is really crazy. So you got this open smile, you got this toy mode, the one that we saw in Toy Story 3 in toy mode. Then we got this one. This is kind of scene specific to like maybe Mrs. Potato Head being excited, touching that Twitch guy's muscles. Not sure, but it's an excited face. Then you have like a closed lip one, which is cool. It's like a neutral expression, so that's nice. And then you have like, I think this could just be regular smiley lips, or it could also be like angry. Go with the angry eyes. So that makes sense to me. So that is pretty cool. Like I'm actually pretty surprised it came with this many mouths. And just so you can see the quality, it's just so nice. All these are very high quality. Pegs seem very secure. Everything seems like a one molded piece. Painted super well, and you can just see these up close how nice they came out. Really, really awesome job by Seed and Sid Toys. I'm very impressed with all these little details that they did with the expressions, the painting, and the sculpting. It's a dream toy scenario for me. It's really great. Those were the mouths, so we're going to put Toy Mode mouth on Mrs. now. That was her Toy Mode mouth. With Mrs. Potato Head, we got a very simple nose. You know, she doesn't have a mustache, so all it's going to be is a simple nose design. But they did a good job. The color and the shape look right for me, so far I'm very happy with it. we're going to put the nose right on Mrs. Potato Head there. And that looks awesome. For whatever reason, Mrs. Potato Head only came with 2 sets of eyes. And Mr. Potato Head came with like 4. So I guess Mrs. Potato Head has more mouths, but Mr. Potato Head has more eyes because she only has angry mode. That's all she has. But I do appreciate the detail of the little eyelashes here on top they seem really fragile, so I wouldn't mess with that too much. I'm glad those eyelashes are there, and those look really good. And then you have the toy mode eyes. Mrs. Potato Head next. And then we're going to have fun with the eyebrows. But I really wanted to build these toy mode in first person experience, so you guys know what it's like if you had these in front of you, or if you don't, this could be you're living the experience through my video. There we go. Looks great. And now we're going to look at the eyebrows. So we got 3 sets of eyebrows for Mrs. here. We got like these curved ones that are just very simple ones. These almost seem like doubles of the first one, but they're all a little bit differently shaped, I noticed. So they're not all the same. And here are the squiggly ones that are the toy mode eyebrows, what we're going to put on. All right, so we're going to put these on with the magnets. And you can always adjust them because you say you put them on and you're like, oh, I did it wrong. It's okay. You can always just adjust them. Sometimes I have to do a double take and think, is it supposed to be more like this? Is it supposed to be more like that? In the movie, it didn't seem as dramatic, that last part. So I think the toy mode was closer to that. So you can just look at the screenshots to match it, but just have fun with it. I think this is what makes it your own too, in a way. So you can have fun kind of making different expressions or try to copy the toy mode expressions like I am. It's super fun. Mrs. Potato Head, we got 3 sets of arms. This one sets kind of like the side of her hips, and these are closed fists, which are nice. This one that has like a little, kind of like, it looks like she's scooping something, but then I realized like an eye here and hold it or something, which would be pretty cool. I'm not sure if that's the actual function of that, but it seems to work for me if I try that. I think that's pretty cool. For Mrs. Potato Head, we also get the special arm. This is the one where she covers her eye, like in Toy Story 3, so that's super cool. I like that special arm. So you get a couple of those special things, and then you get, of course, the toy mode arms that we're going to put on. Just like, they're basically exactly the same as Mr. Potato Head's. I noticed they're pretty much the same thing. And that looks really great. So we're going to move on now to the ears. Finally got some amazing high quality Mrs. Potato Head ears that are movie accurate. Look at those awesome yellow pearls coming out from her ear, just like the movie. Finally got it right. It almost looks like someone just like put clay there or Play-Doh, but like it's actually well painted, well molded, high quality material, molded plastics. It's just, it feels exactly like I pulled them out of the movie, and now I'm holding it in my hands, which is insane. Very, very movie accurate, very movie prop like. Are they a little small on her? Yeah, I would wish the ears were a little bigger, you know. If I'm going to give a little critique, I would say the ears should have been a little bigger. But it looks great, and I think once we have the hat on, it'll look awesome. She also came with her purse accessory, which is very much like the Hasbro one we've seen. This looks really great. Now on to Mrs. Potato Head's hat. Looks really beautifully well done. Love the quality details. It's all plastic but painted well, professionally, molded professionally. The flower thing doesn't come off. That's permanent. I also like that the peg is fixed. They should have done that with Mr., but maybe it would be more breakable. So I'm glad I don't have to attach the peg and it's just attached already. I prefer that actually. So the hat is really, really nice. So we're going to put that on now. Mrs. Potato Head, and fits like a glove. I will say I think the hat is a little undersized as well. I think realistically in the movie her hat should have been a little bigger than this from the looks of it. But look at that. We got Hasbro like potatoes that open up with a compartment. Put stuff in there. There's no electronics. There's nothing weird about it. You know, it's just Mrs. Potato Head the way she's supposed to be. She looks great. You know, I think, to be real with you, if I had a guess, I think they did the best job on Mrs. despite the little flaws she has. There's something about this Mrs. Potato Head that looks, I don't know, 100% movie accurate. despite the little flaws, the little details I was talking about. But I really love this. So a question I anticipate getting from fans is, can you switch the bodies and can you notice a difference? Well, you definitely can when you switch the parts. So what I noticed when playing with switching the bodies, it really doesn't work. You can see that Mr. Potato Head here, he looks too slender here on the sides of the face. And so that's Mrs. Potato Head's body. Same thing with this one on Mrs. Potato Head. You can see that it's too wide here to accommodate the way it looks. Another fact is I couldn't get the hat peg all the way down because it doesn't fit properly, and I don't want to force it. So you can definitely tell, it's very subtle, but I can tell that this is Mrs. Potato Head's body and this is Mr. Potato Head's body. If you do switch the bodies accidentally, you can figure it out pretty quickly. When you put it together, you're like, hey, something doesn't work right. So that's how you know if you have the right body for the right parts. Now this one is really fun. It's literally straight out of Toy Story 3 when he checks out his muscle and then it droops down. That is such a classic Mr. Potato Head pose from Toy Story 3 especially. But I love that they paid an homage to that. That's so nice and super funny and fun. I like this expression with the droopy eyes. It looks like a live mode. Like, it almost reminds me of Toy Story 1 when he's looking at Woody saying, "Laser envy." It just looks so funny. Like, he looks like he's just kind of like making a sarcastic joke as usual. How his character is. So that's pretty cool. And you can really play with those eyebrows. You can kind of lift them. You can kind of, emote them a little bit more. So it's really fun. You can have a lot of fun kind of moving these around. And so there is some give with the magnet to play with the eyebrows. And I think that's super cool. This one's great because he looks angry. And so you can play with the eyebrows. He's got the angry eyes. Don't forget to pack your angry eyes. He looks like he's saying, why I gotta. So funny. He's got the mouth upside down here. So it makes him look grumpy and angry. So this is a great look too. So you can have fun just doing other things besides toy mode that'll bring him more to an alive mode, which is really nice. And just so you can see too, the angry mouth can be turned the other way. So it's like a regular mouth that you can probably use for other expressions to be happy too. So it doesn't have to be an angry mouth necessarily. Turn it upside down so he's angry. I do like that option. That's a really, really cool. Probably, I don't know if that was on purpose, but it's a cool design choice. And I'm sure with angry mode, you can always put his lips upside down this way too. The toy mode could also work for that. So that's a pretty cool option as well. I remember her right eye was missing in the movie. So we can finally do the one eye look on Mrs. Potato Head here. We can put the happy mouth, and I wonder what it looks like if we, we can also make it an angry mouth. She has so many mouths that she comes with. It's very crazy. I'm going to put the one eye covering here on her arm so she can do covering the one eye. I love her covering the one eye because that looks like the movie, and you can even bend it down and just have it go up just like the movie. Be like, ah, Andy's looking for us. He actually cares about us. It really does look like she's saying that right now. It's super funny. Here is the other hand here. And when she finds her eye, she can hold it. I found my other eye. It's right here. I think that's pretty cool. I'm not sure if that's what that's for. We can also put her purse on. You might have to pull the arm out. Yeah, just enough just to get it to hang. And there, you'd probably have to do that then. That'll work. So you can get her purse accessory on. So that does work on her. Just pull it out just a little bit, and then that'll work. This mouth right here. So this is like more of a neutral mouth. Yeah, these are pretty cool. Pretty cool expressions. The lips really do change the look of Mrs. Potato Head. It really does change Mrs. Potato Head. You have pretty extreme mouths that really kind of help her emote, really, as a toy, which is super cool. And then it looks super happy. And then you can play with it looking like she's worried now, which is super cool. This is more like a simple smile. So that's pleasant. And then I'm sure we can also make it look like she's disappointed or angry or something. Now this one's funny because it looks like she's super excited about something, or she's really emotional about something. And then you turn the mouth over, and now she looks like she's really angry. Now she looks like, I want to fight. So that was pretty cool transformation. That was pretty neat. From I don't like this to I like this. This is really fun and exciting. So that's really cool about it. And her eyebrows got a little crazy here. Sorry about that. But I'm just having a lot of fun with the possibilities here of what you can do to pose these and make awesome facial expressions and really fun poses that bring these characters more to life. So it's really fun to have that variety. Not only can you get the fantastic toy mode, you also have some fun expressions to play with for a live mode. And in case you were wondering, here's some more eyebrows that are different than the squiggly line ones. They're just more of a rounded one, but you can have a lot of fun moving them around on her as well, just like Mr. Potato Head, to just play with the expressions. And here's a little comparison time. So we have the Hasbro Toy Story 4 2019 Mr. Potato Head, our Sid Toys custom, and then we have the Toy Story Collection Thinkway Toys Mr. Potato Head, which we know is movie accurate size and scale. So looking at this, Hasbro is definitely undersized. They missed the mark completely with this one. It's a cheaper toy. I mean, for the price, it was like 10 or 20 bucks. It was pretty awesome. But there's a lot better out there, which is this custom. But before that, the best one we had was Collection Potato Head. And I do love him still because he has Don Rickles' voice. Yeah, he has legs here. He's not supposed to have that. He has electronics, you know. He talks in the back. He doesn't have a back compartment that actually opens. It's batteries and it's a speaker system. But at least he speaks like Potato Head. But it's just something special and nostalgic about the Collection one that I'll always love. But if we compare it with our new Sid or Seed toys here, it's just, you know, it's crazy. It's crazy to see the differences, you know. This toy puts all these potatoes to shame. Now you can see what this toy fits in for size in comparison with these other toys. I mean, this is pretty much a joke, right? I mean, I remember when this potato came out, I was like, wow, it's a huge improvement from the past, which is true. The past Mrs. Potato Heads were not good either. But Hasbro, $1 million company, you would think they would come up with something like this. That's, you know, movie accurate, toy mode. But no, we did not get that from Hasbro. We got this, which is kind of hard to, like, I don't even know where to begin with all the things that are wrong with this thing. I mean, the shoes aren't separate. It's just, I feel like they make it for like younger audiences and think, oh, you know, we're not marketing to adults, so it doesn't matter. And so they just kind of like throw it out there. But I just feel like there's just no attention to detail. It's just kind of looks like her. But I mean, this is Mrs. Potato Head from the movie, not that. It is fun to see them side by side, though, to see what's possible. If a toy company cared enough, we would get more accurate toys because this custom maker proved that this is possible. I'm a simple man. This is my dream. You know, some guys dream of sports cars and fancy houses and riches, but these are my riches. Having movie accurate Mr. and Mrs. Potato Head finally, after all these years of loving Toy Story 2, I'm just kind of like shocked and that we haven't seen these before in real life as from a toy company. Just to this day, I'm still baffled. So thank you so much, Seed and Sid Toys. Without you, we would not have our dream potato heads in toy mode, just like Andy was handing them off to Bonnie in that movie scene. They're just absolutely gorgeous. I think even though there might be some flaws with the shapes or some colors off or something like that, you know, it's going to be hard to get things 100%. But I would say these are 99.9 for me. Personally, I love them. I literally have very little complaints about this, especially the magnetic eyebrows. That just kind of completes the look for me. And I'm going to keep them on my shelf this way. I think they look awesome. So I'll give you a full kind of 360 look here from the side, from the back. They're definitely way more impressive from the front side. Even from the back, they look movie accurate. When you see them being handed around in toy mode in the movie, they do look exactly like this. I love them. These are going to be great for display collectors, photographers, stop motion, whatever we want to use it for. I would definitely say be careful with them because at the end of the day, yes, they're more fragile. Yes, they're toys, but they're not toys to be played with roughly. You got to be very gentle with them. You know, I'm sure parts could break or paints could scuff. So these are definitely ones you don't want to handle as much. But these are great. These feel professional. Even though I say they're fragile, they feel sturdy at the same time. So just be careful with them, and I love them. I'm always going to keep these in my collection. I give these a 10 out of 10. Final thoughts here. These are the best potato heads we've ever gotten and probably will ever get, ever. So I'm really happy with these. They're amazing. And I don't want to put all the parts into their bodies. I was thinking about it. I don't want to scrape or break any parts. So what I'm going to simply do is just get Ziplocs for each one, put all their parts and label them so I don't confuse them, and just keep them in storage, and then just have these out for display. And I can always pull out those parts if I want to play around with them, but I think these are going to just go on my display shelf just like this. Well, partners, thank you for watching my review of my movie accurate Mr. and Mrs. Potato Head. I will do more videos with them soon, but now you have an idea of what you get here. For $380, I think I paid, is just incredible. For 2 potatoes, it's basically a steal price for customs, because a lot of custom makers out there overcharge for their customs. So I really, really love these, and the price was just on point for me. And I really hope those who got one enjoy them as much as I do. These were something that we wanted for years and years as collectors. So very happy, very excited. As always, partners, thank you so much for watching, liking, and commenting on these videos. It really helps support what I do here on YouTube. If you'd like to continue to support me in this journey, all you have to do is hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell so you're alerted for future videos on this channel, and I'll see you, partners, on the next video review.
You weren't the real Buzz Lightyear. You're an action figure.
You are a sad, strange little man. You are a sad, strange little man. That might be.
You are a child's plaything.
Hey, Ham, look, I'm Picasso.
I don't get it.